Thank you. Welcome to the KDR Television.
Thank you.
Uncle Freddy Obachi Machoka.
That is me.
What brings you to Minneapolis, Minnesota?
I came by plane.
You did come driving.
No.
Okay.
But on a more serious note,
yes.
I was invited by Mwenyagetinge
yes.
group
yes.
here
yes.
in Minnesota.
Yes.
And Jojo of Kilimanjaro to come over and meet Muamugusi and share with them a few words
yes.
during the Gusi Diaspora Economic and Cultural Convention.
Thank you very much.
Which ended just today. And that is it.
That's it. Oh, that's beautiful. So we are really very happy to receive you again in our studios.
Thank you.
And we are very happy for you also to have come to the Gusi Diaspora Economic Forum.
Thank you.
And thank you. We really want you to tell us a little bit more about the dreams and aspirations you are really you think might really help this forum.
First, when you get to my age, sometimes you carry more dreams than than when you are younger.
Yes.
And the reason perhaps why senior citizens become a bother to a lot of people is because, like they say, hindsight is 20/20.
Sure.
And we have made a lot of mistakes in life, and because we have been blessed to have children, and the children have had children of theirs.
Okay.
We start thinking we do not want to see a situation where our children and the children of their children, of our children,
sure.
Get into the kind of quagmire, communal quagmire like we have had as a community. So we start thinking and aspiring, and then we realize that even when we think and aspire, the people who really have to accomplish these aspirations
sure.
are not us. It is our children or their children who gotta do that.
Sure.
So you gotta dream, but the implementers of that dream are not the dreamers,
lacking.
And that becomes the challenge. So our aspiration is to see a cohesive society, a society that we can be proud of while we are around, and possibly even smile in the grave when we are not there, knowing that they are doing what indeed we can be proud of.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
From your from the few days you've spent in America, even at the convention, did you basically see some tangible areas which can be improved? Especially, you can advise the forum on which areas basically to target.
Bwana Kebwato.
Yes.
One thing you gotta know really is that first I want to express my sympathy,
yes,
and empathy with the people in the diaspora.
Yes.
Because it is not easy for a person who has traveled 30,000 miles
or whatever,
across the land and the oceans to come here pursuing a goal that will change his or her life for the better,
sure,
to really concentrate too much on cultural issues.
Sure.
Because I think the people crossing the Atlantic come here with one aim, to try and succeed in life.
Sure.
put some food on the table for themselves and their immediate family members.
Yes.
So you find when they cross over here, that is their primary goal.
Yeah.
And anything else is really secondary. And so when we talk, we have to be very careful. It's like talking to someone who is already talking on phone.
Sure.
And you want that person's attention.
Sure.
Chances are that you may not communicate well until they are finished talking on the other phone. Then you communicate.
Yes, sir.
So we're talking to people who are concentrating so much on what it is that can put food on their table.
Sure.
So we got to be careful. We try to talk to them, yes, and even when they don't seem to listen, we have to understand. And
that's a hard one.
Yes,
Yes.
try to understand.
Sure.
Really, I had a wonderful union with some of these people. Some of them very, very passionate about the unity of Mwanyagetinge
Yes.
or the Omogusi community, and others who may not have even bothered to come to the event because they thought probably there was going to be politics or just playing around.
Yes.
So I understand both groups, but the fact that there was interest by certain section of our society is good enough. And I kept telling them, and I would like to tell you too, that the most difficult steps to make are the baby steps. Because there you can fall, there you don't walk steadily. But once you are walking, you don't need anybody to hold your hand.
Sure.
In fact, you want them to go away because you want to run, perhaps.
Okay.
So these are the initial steps that the Omogusi in the diaspora is trying to make,
Sure.
to bring people together and tell them, hey, we know what your primary objective in this foreign land is, but is there a chance you've forgotten something that may make you a bit whole,
Sure.
may make you complete, and that is our culture, and that they have made a deliberate effort to take those baby steps. For me, is refreshing.
Thank you. That's beautiful. At least that is a very good advice. Now, Uncle Fred Obachi Machoka, you've spoken very passionately about this unity. The Mwanyagetinge office bearers or officials are planning to have another one next year. Kilimanjaro Entertainment is incorporated, and a few other friends. So those people who missed this event this year, what challenge are you giving them to ensure that they really plan for the one coming next year?
First, for the people who missed, I want to encourage you to come to the next convention, to the next event, because we missed your advice. We missed your input. This is not an event for the officials.
Sure.
It's not an event for Fred Machoka.
Sure.
It's an event for you. You know, your input is as crucial as the input that I make, the input from your brothers and sisters. And until we are together, we'll continue to struggle. You do not realize how valuable you are. You do not realize how important your contribution is until you share it with somebody else. My marketing instructor once told me, or a lecturer told me, that everybody's creative. Everybody. In fact, you will find that probably the most creative person is your watchman or your house help. She will come up with an idea.
Yes.
which she really doesn't think is an idea until it lands on somebody, and then that somebody says, wow, isn't that a great idea? And then they just give it a small twitch, and someone becomes a billionaire. So the people will remain behind. I think it is them whose contribution we missed most. It is not that they missed our contribution, because for our contribution we have already made it.
Sure.
They can read it on YouTube, they can, but we can't read there.
Sure.
Because they never made that
Sure,
contribution.
sure.
So I really want to ask that they come over next time, so that we can dream together. And as we dream, when you dream, you have to wake up.
Sure.
If you have to realize your dream. Otherwise, if you keep on sleeping, it continues to be a dream. But when you wake up,
Sure.
then you realize you have a dream, then you start to implement. So I really want to beg all those brothers and sisters out there that we know that you are busy. We know that you got a lot to do. But we also know that we need each other.
Sure.
Yes.
That's great. It's a great opportunity for everyone to make sure that next year they really come to that one. I mean, to the other convention, to the next convention. Another question we also wanted you to tell the people in the diaspora. You know, diaspora is not only in the USA. We are talking about worldwide diaspora from the Kisii community.
Yes.
What opportunities do you think these people really have or impact back at home?
Big. The impact back at home is big. I do not think that there is anybody in the diaspora who's been here 2-3 years who has not sent a pair of socks back home.
Yes.
They could be mitumba, but they're socks nonetheless.
Sure.
And if they have not had the opportunity to do that, I'm sure some woman somewhere is sitting at a market and saying, you know, my son is in Minnesota. So someone is buying her a cup of tea and congratulating her because she has managed to send a child abroad.
Sure.
The impact is as varied as the resources of the individuals.
Sure.
What we have not made is the collective impact, and that's the crux of the matter. That is what we must address.
Okay.
I keep on saying that 100% of $1 is just $1.
Yeah.
But 10% of $1,000 is $100. So you can enjoy your 100% $1, but if you check it out, it is not more than 10% of $1,000.
Sure.
So if we came together, we'll probably have a smaller share, but the smaller share, dissected well enough, is a lot more than a bigger share of nothing.
That is beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Mr. Machoka, you are a very nice guy.
If you say so. If you say so.
When you speak, most people really listen.
Yes.
Not only from Kisii, but countrywide, because you've been in this business for so many years.
Some people should listen to you. Others, okay, they listen. Others hate me.
I've never had
so much they want to kill me, while others love me so much they want to kiss me. But go on with your question.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So what we're really trying to get from you, because you are a statesman, and you are a senior citizen, the way you have put it very clearly. So are there some areas you might advise people, especially not only in the diaspora, but from the community, especially from the Kisii community, just to start from? I mean, you talked of baby steps. Do you see some areas which they should concentrate? We are not talking about the diaspora alone, but I'm talking of the Kisii community as a whole, do you see some areas maybe they can start from? You know, we don't want really to be talking, but at least we really need to focus on a few areas which you think they can
Can I tell you something which will make a lot of people hate me?
Yes.
But which politicians will not touch?
Yes.
All right? And which I think is the truth.
Yes.
Is that Kisiis must, for example, start to think of where to bury people.
Oh, that is a serious one. That is a serious one,
now,
Mr. Machoka.
A lot of people will not like that. Yeah.
Yes.
But there is no land for burial in Kisii. Everybody wants to bury their dead in the small quarter acre they got.
Yes.
Before you know it, we are not going, because once you put a grave somewhere, nobody wants to dig on that grave.
Sure.
That is taboo.
Sure.
So what happens when you've got a quarter acre and you have laid your loved one to rest there? God forbid tomorrow you lose another and you put another grave there. Before you know it, you've got no place to build a house, you've got no place to dig, you've got no place to plant a tree, and then we are so sensitive about our dead. Okay? Every time you hear someone is in hospital, you don't even have a second to go and see that person in hospital. The day they die, dollars are pouring. Guys are queuing. You know, they're raising millions for a dead person. That's obnoxious. What we need is people to reevaluate their priorities. Is it a person who is unwell that you can go and see and say, Paul and ndugu yangu, you are unwell? Two, and probably leave him with some little money to buy something to eat or some painkillers so that he can die at least without much pain.
Yes.
And tell you thank you? Or is it a dead person that you have to struggle to raise funds for a golden or diamond or platinum coffin? We got to face the reality. Bite the bullet. We don't have enough land in Kisii. But if you ask the politician that question, he will not touch, because he is going to ruffle feathers in a manner that he will not get
the
votes. Huyu jamaa anataka sasa tupeleke watu wetu kwa cemetery. You understand? He is not even conscious that we are Kisiis. All right? The poorest people are the ones who say njenemo usi umwana wanataka kutinde kwa town. But if you give him the responsibility to move that dead body from the mortuary to the nearest bus stop, he has no wherewithal to move that body. He is relying on well-wishers to buy a coffin. But he believes in this very deeply held belief that is umusi, and therefore the kid or the relative must be buried at home. He doesn't have the means. So we have to be honest with each other. These are the sensitive areas where we need to delve into and see how best we can help each other. Guys in Kisii, Gusiland in general, don't have jobs. Kisii children are the sharpest. When you check the national results, you will see kids who are Kisiis doing very well from Nyeri, from Mombasa, from everywhere. What happens in Kisii? Yeah, but in Kisii, yes, we are nowhere. What happens? Our performances are pathetic. Yes. I will tell you. Yes. Because almost all those Kisii teachers in Kisii are doing other businesses.
Now, Machoka, you know, I'm not
teachers in Kisii.
That is from Machoka, not from me.
I'm telling you, I fear nothing. Yes. It is the truth. You can go and do your research. Okay? Yeah. The guys want to do other businesses. The guys, some guys have even employed other teachers to teach on their behalf, and they pay them.
You can't be kidding.
You understand? And guys, parents at home don't want to talk about it because, hey, I'm gonna I'm going to ruin someone's income. We got to be honest with each other.
Sure.
You understand? Kizis are sharp people. But having said that, even Kizis who have completed their university education have no jobs. And if people in the diaspora can put their resources together, I know this is the work of government.
Sure.
But you and I know we got a sick government, if I may say, if I may say so. Because let me say why I think we got a sick government.
You are going too far.
No, I'm not going too far. I'm just telling you the truth.
Okay.
Why we got a sick government?
Okay.
You cannot churn out graduates after graduates, thousands who are relying on government for employment,
Sure.
who are relying on established corporate entities for employment. When it gets there, you got to realize that it is time you churned out people who can instead create jobs. This government and previous governments have killed all the technical institutes that we had. Kenya Polytechnic is now a university. Mombasa Polytechnic is now a university. Kenya's Science Teachers College is now churning out stuff that I don't understand. KTTC, all these have turned into universities. What we need are middle level colleges that address job opportunities, because people from Kenya Polytechnic used to go out there and become mechanics.
Sure.
Go out there and become engineers.
Yes.
Because they had the technical know-how of creating jobs, not just for themselves, but also for other people. But a university graduate goes out to manage people.
Sure.
We now got more managers than the people who are supposed to be managed.
Wow. That is very
Isn't
sick.
that a sick government?
That is a sick government.
Yeah.
Now I can get it now.
So I'm not apologizing for saying that. The government is supposed to see that.
Sure.
In this country, I took a photo and I was showing people the suburbs of America. They can't see litter. There is no juala, as we call it, or the polythene that are clogging the streets of Nairobi. Does that take a brain surgeon to see that?
No.
It's just the government. And all the government has to do is say, collect your garbage, put it here, or else.
But they say it, Mr. Machoka. They say it.
They should implement that.
Now, do you want to tell
This government talks and talks.
Policemen are supposed to be sent. Policemen are supposed to be sent in every street,
Not at all. Where we had the convention, we left there at 2 a.m.
Yes.
And you know what? The owner of the convention hall was out there sweeping.
Yes.
What do you call it?
The garbage. Yes.
Okay. Because he said, if tomorrow comes and they find any garbage around, they withdraw my license.
Sure.
That is a proactive government.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
All you need to do is put laws and regulations that govern the society, and they will follow. But you can't go on TV talking. Kenya is the only country where I complain, my chief complains, my MCA complains, my MP complains, the governor complains, the deputy president complains, and the president complains. So, whom do you complain to? God?
That's a serious one, Machoka, now. Okay, go ahead.
So what I say is, it is time that we walk the talk.
Okay.
And build a future that we can be proud of. And we cannot do that by condoning either corruption, condoning nepotism, condoning theft, just because the guy who is stealing is my relative.
Sure.
That is not right. And that's what we're doing all the time.
Sure.
The moment you start talking, for example, against the government, they'll brand you opposition, defeatist, who hates the government. Hey, we love our country. I love my country.
Sure.
I can tell you that for a fact. But I can't just, because of blind love keep on praising things that don't exist.
That is
No.
true. Let's have a few seconds break, then we continue from there.